All right, today we got why everyone is turning on Cenat. Now, the Cenat hate has been forced for a very long time now. I've told y'all, I rock with Buddy. I like his creativity. I feel like he's genuinely somebody that just wants to keep pushing the narrative. He takes care of his people, and as far as I can tell, he seems pretty damn loyal and honest, man. But hey, it is what it is. Let's get into the video and see why everybody's turning their backs on him. But make sure you guys tap into the Twitch stream. We have a big stream popping off on September 2nd, Tuesday. Make sure you guys are there. Where you at, family? We're going to be doing an IRL challenge against Astro Dior and his community. It's going to be dope. You know, this is going to be our second IRL stream. I'm trying to make it a big deal and, you know, keep putting my mind and, you know, make this content as entertaining as possible as I'm on this streaming arc. So I love y'all, appreciate y'all. I want to see the Where You At family there, and let's get right into the video. Come on.
Where you at, Berto?
Now, Cenat is one of the most popular young figures online right now. He's built a streaming empire off of his charisma, funny, and lively personality. But despite all the success, Kai's had his fair share of moments that landed him in hot water. From viral stunts gone wrong, to public criticism, and even run-ins with the law. In this video, we're going to break down some of the moments that's led to people turning on Cenat. Recently,
I fuck with Speaks, but I'm gonna put his shit on 1.5 because he kind of just got like a slower tone. But it's cool, you know. I'm just gonna speed his shit up though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cenat made headlines for a moment that sparked a lot of debate online. It started with popular YouTuber Mr. Beast and another creator named Mark Rober, who had just launched Team Water, a $40 million fundraiser aimed at bringing clean, sustainable water to millions of people around the world. The idea was simple. Mr. Beast wanted to use their combined audiences to create awareness and raise donations for a good cause. As part of the launch, they gathered a bunch of creators into a group call. One of them was streamer Aiden Ross, and that's where things took a turn. During the call, Aiden Ross promised Mr. Beast that he would donate $400,000 if Kai
What
matched
up,
the same
Jen?
amount. In other words, he basically put Kai on the spot in front of thousands of viewers.
400K, I'm in if Kai does it. I said if Kai does 400, I got 400. I promise. Locked.
This led to a wave of people pressuring Kai, saying that as someone who's clearly rich, there's no reason he shouldn't match the donation for such.
I told y'all though, man. There's like, nigga. At the end of the day, what Mr. Beast was doing, it was for a good cause. But Cenat, his money is his money. Like, if he didn't want to donate to a motherfucking baby, like, we can argue if it's morally correct or not, but it's his money, bro. He has his own fucking agenda. He has his own people to take care of. He has his own expenses. Like, you can never look at somebody's pockets and be like, oh, they are supposed to do something. Like, that's lame.
An important cause. Now, in the end, I don't actually know if Kai donated, but what I do know is he never said he was going to in the first place. It was Aiden who decided to speak on his behalf, which is where I think things got messy. I'm not a fan of trying to pressure someone into giving away money publicly, regardless of how much money they make. At the end of the day, he made that money, so let him spend it however he pleases. And to be fair, Kai has put his money towards good causes before.
Y'all, it's another day in Nigeria and another school to go.
In March 2024, the popular online streamer and YouTuber touched down in the African country of Nigeria for the first time, the most populous nation in Africa, home to over 200 million people in our rich cultural history. Kai documented his trip on YouTube, and during his visit to Lagos, the country's largest city, he stopped by the Makoko Children Development Foundation, school and orphanage, a place that provides free education and care for less privileged children. Not long after, he announced that he would be helping fund a brand new school for the community. To make it happen, Kai said he'd donate 20% of everything he made from a special month-long Twitch stream. Basically, he streamed every day for an entire month, and viewers could subscribe or donate during it. In his own words, "I visited Nigeria not too long ago, and I absolutely loved it. I say that to say this. For the next 30 days, while I'm streaming, 20% of all revenue will be going straight to the school that I'm still currently building for the kids of Makoko." By December 2024, Kai said the school was going to be done and that he planned to return soon to see it completed.
To the kids of Makoko, I will be back. I will be back. And when I'm back, the school is going to be done.
In a few months, it'll be a year since Kai made that pledge, and the questions have been piling up, and people are asking, what happened to the school? Was it a scam? Will it ever actually happen?
I just feel like they can't call it a scam because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, and y'all can call this glaze, whatever, cope, whatever, but just think about it. Cenat was already doing his shit. Like, he was already doing his stream. He was already doing his big event. He was already doing what he was going to do regardless. And he's like, I'm going to take 20% of it. You know what? I guess I could see how it could potentially be a scam, because if I came to you and said, hey, donate to me just for my entertainment, you may say yes, you may say no. But then if I said, donate to me and I'm going to take some of this money and give it to homeless people, it actually might incentivize you more to donate. So I guess I could see where they're trying to like paint the scam angle, but at the same time, At the same time, it's like, nigga, you've never built a school before. Nigga, you don't know the logistics of what's going on behind the scenes. And I don't know, bro. Like I'm just, unless I see some hardcore evidence that's like, yo, bro, Kai, what the fuck? You not, what's going on? You know what I mean? As far as I can tell, it look like he's trying to build something. Something's going on. So I'm just not gonna put that on nobody, bro. You're gonna have to show me some hardcore evidence.
Recently, the criticism started pouring in again. A few weeks ago, a clip posted on X by the account KickChamp went viral.
Which we reacted to a video where this nigga got exposed. This KickChamp nigga, he ain't got no morals. He just looking to tear niggas' names down.
The tweet claimed, a YouTuber checked on a school Cenat promised to rebuild, only to find no progress as it struggles to pay expenses and faces shutdown. The clip came from a YouTube video made by a creator named Go With Ali, who visited Makoko, the same area where Kai promised to build a school. But here's the twist. The video had nothing to do with Kai at all. Still, it didn't matter. The tweet spread fast, and Kai found himself facing a fresh wave of criticism. Some accused him of making the promise for clout, while others claimed he abandoned the school project altogether. The most important thing to mention here is that Kai has actually not abandoned the project and is still in the works. It's reportedly raised over $1 million so far, with a total estimated cost of over 2.4 million USD, roughly 3.9 billion Nigerian naira. He's also partnering with giants like Google and Amazon to make it happen. According to the timeline Kai shared, construction was projected to take away anywhere from 9 to 12 months, depending on when they officially started. That means the project could still be on schedule. Also, Kai has mentioned delays before, including one caused by a storm that hit Makoko and ruined some of the building.
And it's like, and that's kind of my point, bro. Just because he's not talking about it every fucking 2 seconds, it's like, I think what Kai really should have done is he shouldn't, I guess, obviously in hindsight, it probably was dope to say it on the front end, but it just would have been so much better for him if he would have just got the money, built the school, and then after the school was already done, been like, hey guys, by the way, you guys didn't even know I was gonna do this, but I remember that big ass stream that we did? I took 20% of that money, built this school for these people, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it probably just would have saved him the backlash, but again, that's really one of them situations where you can only look back and be like, I should have did this.
Materials, resulting in a financial setback for the project.
We built a school for the classrooms and stuff in Makoko, like over the river, but due to storm, a lot of it got messed up.
The thing is, I don't think most people actually realize how much goes into building something like this. And that's even more true in a place like Makoko, where resources are limited, infrastructure can be challenging, and the process often moves slower than in major cities. You have to get official permission to build, check the land and make sure it's safe, design a school, find the right materials, hire people to do the work, and make sure everything follows both government rules and what the local community needs. And even when all of that is in place, projects like this can still hit unexpected roadblocks. Bad weather, shipping delays, and let's not forget the bureaucracy that comes with it. It's not something you can just throw money at and have done in a few months. I think Kai might have been a little too ambitious, maybe not fully realizing just how much it would take to make something like this happen. In situations like this, I've always felt it's better to under-promise and over-deliver rather than, over-promise and risk falling short. Personally, I do believe the school will come to fruition. I don't see Kai walking away.
It takes on average 6 years to build a school and everything in Nigeria. Like most black countries, take longer to get things done. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
From a promise like this, I'd like to believe his heart is in the right place and that he genuinely wants to do good, especially because
we
this
are
wasn't
so
something
blessed,
that was forced
Elena.
or pressured on him. It seems like he truly wants to do right by the kids in Makoko. Now let's talk about Streamer University, which is another big headline related to Kai. Kai got a lot of criticism for this one, and I've got some perspective on it. Now, for anyone who's never heard of it, Streamer University was an idea Kai Cenat came up with, something that essentially turned into part event, part reality show, and part content factory. The concept was simple. He brought together a huge group of creators together in one place,
Thank you for
them
the
all the
follow.
tools they needed, and let the cameras capture every moment, the good, the bad, and the chaotic. Overall, I'd say it ended up being a success. Several smaller creators got their footing in the streamer world, and I've been able to keep building ever since. But some of the criticism Kai faced was that Streamer University felt more like a reality show than an actual learning experience. Now, I wasn't there,
I feel like, bro, at the end of the day, niggas are entertainers. Like, I think Kai did exactly what he was supposed to do when it came to Streamer University. What did you expect? Like, I don't go to Kai Cenat and think that his job is to be teaching niggas how to fucking pop off on stream. I think his job was to be an entertainer. And that's why we saw him pick the people that he did. And, in light of contrary belief, where I think people wanted Kai Cenat to select all like newbie content creators. y'all got to also keep in consideration, if he did that, would it have platformed a bunch of new content creators? Yes. But most likely a lot of y'all wouldn't have watched it too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because just think about some new content creators, bro. It would be boring as fuck. It would be boring as fuck to watch. And I think at the end of the day, Kai Cenat is still an entertainer first. He's still an entertainer first. So that's why I think he got, you know, more seasoned content creators. And then he got a little bit of, you know, small fry niggas that could really benefit from the opportunity. But at the end of the day, bro, like, I think Kai's an entertainer first, bro. He's not the nigga that's trying to fucking build a school to teach niggas how to make content. Like, I don't think that was ever his intention.
So my perspective is limited, but I do know that Kai brought in, you know, these professors to add value. And to be clear, they weren't actually like professors in the traditional sense. They were essentially other well-known streamers and creators sharing their own expertise. One of them was fellow streamer Agent, who ran a finance and content class that I think was generally helpful for the people.
I fucked with Agent, though.
So the watch time is 3.3
I saw some of these clips. Agent was a real nigga for what he was posting.
million. When you see that number, the first question you should ask is, how do I get that number up to get people to watch longer videos? That's one strategy. Can you think of another strategy? Scum? Correct. Do more, higher frequency. Part of strategy is also uploading more. This is a clip channel.
Another criticism that Kai received was that there weren't any smaller creators there. That Kai only handpicked bigger
That wasn't
names
true,
for the
though.
show. And from what I saw, that was not accurate at all. But I did notice a lot of people running with this narrative.
You had us thinking us small creators was gonna have the ability or the chance to get inside of this stream university, bro. Like I already should have known that this was a sham and this was a lie. Whenever you started reviewing people who already got clout with their applications, bro, I should have already known that this shit was fake, bro. I should have already known. You feel me?
The whole point was networking and collaboration. Kai basically created a stage, put a mix of big and small streamers in the same place, turned the cameras on, and let moments happen. The bigger names were there to give the smaller creators more exposure, and it actually worked. A lot of the smaller streamers got discovered, built followings, and made a name for themselves.
To this day, there's a couple of small streamers that weren't even like that entertaining at Streamer University that I ended up following just because I genuinely wanted to see how their growth would be. And they still have way more viewers than they did before they went. So it's like, I think it was a W situation, bro.
It's just by putting themselves in the position. The way I view it, Kai didn't really scam anybody. He gave people a platform and it was up to them to use it. At the end of the day, you're not owed anything in this life. It's on you to, you know, take the opportunity and make something of it. And for what it's worth, Streamer University was a great networking opportunity for the people who attended. We also have the Wale situation, which is an interesting one, and it ties directly into the hip-hop side of things. It's a moment that's made a lot of people question Kai and discredit him as it relates to hip-hop. During the BET Awards a few months ago, Kai was streaming inside the building when he ran into rapper Wale, a very popular rapper from Washington, D.C. At the time, Wale was walking towards Kai, playing Smash Bros. On his Nintendo Switch. Kai walked up, said what's up, dapped him up, and kept it moving. It seemed like a harmless interaction, but later when Kai was back in his car reading the chat, he noticed people spamming Wale's name because of how well known he is in hip-hop. That's when Kai admitted that he had no clue who Wale was.
Wale, oh my God, that was somebody crazy. Hey, the whole chat knows him. Wale, what he do?
Rap.
That's crazy. Not knowing who Wale is crazy. But, bro, I already know you niggas are like, yo, this nigga Berto is coping so much for Kai. Not knowing who Wale is crazy, though. And I'm not gonna lie. That definitely feeds into the fucking, like, where they say Kai got a what you call it, a stylist for everything. Like, yo, Wale was definitely a legend at one point. So not knowing who he is crazy, but it's like, damn, nigga, if I came up to you, if I came up to you and was like, hey, do you know who fucking, I don't know a good artist off the top of my head, but niggas just not tapped into music like that, obviously.
Oh, word.
Now, like a lot of people, I was very surprised to see that Kai Cenat didn't know who Wale was, because, you know, Wale is one of those rappers you're bound to come across at some point if you're tapped into into the hip hop world, and if you're as, you know, online as Kai is, right? So I was really shocked to see him not recognize Wale, but to be fair, there's a factor that plays into this. Kai's age, well, he was around 11 or 12 when Wale first really popped off.
That's what I was trying to get at. Like, you 11 and 12, like, it's that's crazy though. Cause I don't know how old I was, but like, damn, I'm old. I'm like, oh shit. Let's just continue, gang. I don't even want to talk about my age no more. This shit pissing me off.
So I guess that does make sense. Still, Kai caught a lot of criticism over it. People were essentially saying, how is this guy even
You're
considered a
old,
platform
Berto. Shut up.
when he doesn't know who Wale is? The situation ended up spiraling a little further. Later on, Wale actually approached Kai while he was sitting next to Snoop Dogg and said the following.
That shit making me look crazy right now, just let you know. What? That's making me look crazy. The exchange that we had in the hallway. Oh, my bad, bro. I mean, they're running with it, but we'll talk later.
Was Wale actually serious? Honestly, I didn't, think he was. It didn't really sound like he was. I mean, he even dapped up Kai afterwards, so I don't think, he was
I am not
generally,
36.
pressing him like a lot of people were saying about, Wale not knowing who Kai was, right? But just like most things with Kai, it still sparked a huge conversation online about whether he's really tapped into the culture he often interacts with, or if he's more of an outsider who just happens to be close to it, but not fully part of it. One moment that really adds fuel to that conversation was when Kai
Don't let this nigga in the chat lie to you niggas, bro. I am not 36. I'm 29 years old. Let me enjoy my last year in the 20s, please. Damn.
It's about black Americans that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
It's black. You're black. You're just black.
And it wasn't just about what he said. It was about the fact that so much of his success has been built on and fueled by black American culture. To a lot of people, this felt like a slap in the face, and it's one of the biggest reasons why so many people have started to turn on him. And then we have the complex hip-hop media power ranking, and this is one of the clearest examples of what we just spoke about. Just a few weeks ago, Complex dropped their 2025 hip-hop media power ranking, their annual list spotlighting the most influential figures in rap coverage. And at number 1 was Kai Cenat. That alone went viral and sparked a whole debate. Is Kai even a hip-hop platform? And while
I think Complex was overly glazing with that one. They shouldn't have put Kai Cenat on there. I think Kai Cenat, aligns with hip hop when it's like on an entertaining thing, but Kai Cenat's not a hip hop platform. I think that nigga is an entertainment platform, just like Jimmy Fallon is an entertainment platform, and rappers and movie stars will pull up and entertain on those platforms. You feel me? I think a more of a hip hop platform is DJ Academics. You know what I'm saying?
he's not known for deep commentary on the music itself. He's built massive influence by consistently linking up with rappers and creating viral moments, from his famous interview with Nicki Minaj to the Ice Spice link during her rise. Over time, that's made him one of the most influential and most criticized figures in the space. Kai's become such a force that major labels actively push to get their artists on his stream, and it makes sense, because with Kai, it's not your typical interview that most rappers hate doing anyway. It's casual, unfiltered, and entertaining. But that influence is exactly why some people have started questioning whether he's really a voice in hip-hop or just a streamer who happens to be around the culture. And personally, I think this is more about, people putting him on that pedestal rather than him, claiming it for himself. He's naturally leaned into hip-hop because he's so close to it. I mean, he grew up on it, and his audience listens to the, same artists that he connects with. Do I look at Kai Cenat as a media platform? Depends on how you look at it, but overall, no. Overall, I see him as a streamer who happens to dabble in hip-hop media, not the other way around. But regardless of how I see him, plenty of people have questioned him. And one moment that really fueled that goes back to 2023. I think most of y'all probably remember the...
Yeah, now this one was probably Kai Cenat's dumbest move. This was dumb. This was actually really bad. But again, no excuse, and he faced the consequences for his actions. He went to jail for this. But you gotta kind of be like, yo, bro, you're way too famous to just be dropping an addy in the middle of New York City, gang.
Union Square riot. Back in August 2023, Kai announced a giveaway in Union Square, Manhattan, promising PS5s and gift cards. What started as a hype meetup quickly spiraled out of control. Thousands showed up, chaos broke out, and the NYPD had to flood the area as people swarmed in nearby stores.
Police charge influencer Kai Cenat with inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. He avoided the spotlight while being released from custody.
It made mainstream headlines, and Kai was eventually arrested for inciting civil unrest, facing charges like first-degree rioting, inciting a riot, and unlawful assembly. In the end, the charges were eventually dropped, and Kai issued an apology and paid $57,000 in restitution. But the moment still left a permanent mark on his public image. I think the way he organized the...
I low-key think it helped him too, though. Because when shit like that pops off that crazy, you get the news coverage involved, you get the entire, New York City kind of like knowing your name for something that you did. And it was also like, and Kai didn't do that with ill intent. So it's like now, regardless of anything, his celebrity went up way more after that.
Union Square event was absolutely horrible and honestly really dangerous, but I don't personally think he incited a riot. That's on the people who showed up and took it too far. I personally just don't think that Kai realized the full power and influence he has, or should I say he had at the time, which was 2 years ago. And he was.
But at the same time, and that's why I said, like, genuinely, this is probably his worst mistake, because like, even if he brought this to the table, like, I'm sure he has people that he bounces ideas off of. and it's like, yo, let's do this. Somebody gotta, on the logistics team, kind of gotta be like, hey, bro, what if we, you know, what's the logistics behind this? We don't, so no security, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is this gonna work?
Popular back then, but now he's on a whole different level. Either way, it's one of those moments that will forever be tied to his name. And then fast forward to earlier this month, Kai was back in the headlines once again. This time it involved fellow streamer and content creator Duke Dennis, who was arrested at a mall in San Antonio, Texas, while playing a game of hide and seek after hours with Kai. Y'all really serious? Like hide and seek? Really? Apparently police say security guards told him to leave, but they refused when officers tried to arrest Duke Dennis for
This is a bad look too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all too famous to just be doing shit like this.
criminal trespassing. He pulled a full-on Usain Bolt, which led to charges of trespassing and evading arrest. Videos from the scene shows Duke Dennis being taken into custody while Kai is spotted upstairs recording the whole thing. And I'm assuming that this game of hide and seek was a part of, you know, some kind of like content that they were recording, perhaps. I mean, gotta be. Now, of course, Kai went viral for this one too, and about those
the mug shots are crazy.
Shots floating
shit
around. I'm pretty confident that the Kai one was AI generated. Overall, I think Kai is going to keep on rising. I mean, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. But the bigger picture here is that this is what comes with being at the top. When you're operating at this level, every move you make gets amplified. The wins, the mistakes, and everything in between. The real question is, what is Kai going to keep on doing with that spotlight that he has? I mean, at the end of the day, if he can keep channeling into something that's really important and something bigger than himself, like finishing that school in Makoko, he could shift the conversation from controversy to legacy. I hope that school gets done, not for Kai's sake, but for the kids who would benefit from it. Because if it does, it'll be one of those moments where the narrative turns from drama to something very positive. Only time will tell, but until then, Kai Cenat will keep on being Kai Cenat. Anyway, if you made it this far, drop out.
Word, man. W video by that boy Speaky. What'd I say? Speaky? I meant Blackie Speaks. My bad, brother. But love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. That nigga Kai is going crazy, bro. We was just looking at his Twitch shit. You know, I think he started his Mafia-thon thing. Nigga had almost 500,000 people watching him live. So as far as I could tell, bro still got that motion for sure. But you know, where you at, family? We trying to get our shit up too. So make sure you guys tap into our IRL stream tomorrow, September 2nd, 5 p.m. Central. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I want to see y'all there.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.